Hey everybody, Pastor Brian. Happy Friday. Hope you've had a great week so far. This week in our Red Letter Challenge, we've really focused on the target of being. It's the first of our 5 targets, and I hope and pray that you've just had a great week of just being with Jesus in many different aspects that was talked about in the reading, and you've just had some great time, great encouragement of being with Jesus. Today's reading focuses on just the joy that we have in Jesus. And unfortunately, too often as Christians, we kind of give the impression that we're not joyful, that, with all that Christ has done for us, we're just kind of walking around not joyful, not happy and at peace. And obviously, we all go through difficult situations in life, but it is so important for us to remember that we are joyful, that it's great to have fun, it's great to celebrate, and that's really what today's reading is about. So really encourage you to do that today. I want to go back to earlier this week and a reading that really stuck with me, and I really just wanted to spend a couple minutes here today. It was, again, earlier this week on solitude, and Wednesday, I believe it was. And this really stuck me because sometimes, in sermons and Bible studies, I'm trying to communicate something, and it doesn't always come across necessarily the way I want to. But the kind of the main quote from the other day really captured what I often want to say, and I just want to read it here real quick. And it says this: we need to say no to many good things so we can say yes to the best thing. There are times in sermons I talk about, activities, and I talk about sports, and I talk about, social media and things like that. And those aren't bad things. They're good things. But so often we stop with good instead of doing best. We have settled. We've settled for good. And Jesus says, I don't want you to settle for good. I want you to settle for best, because best, there's no settling. And the best is spending time with Jesus. We get caught up in doing lots of good things, sports, activities, clubs, social media, internet, news. Even with all the world events, it's good to be informed of what's going on. It's good to be your kids involved in lots of different activities, which are good things, positive things. But sometimes we've got to say no to good things because it's taking us away from the best thing, and that is spending time with Jesus. And I think Zach, in that reading, in that quote, just said it best and better than maybe I've been able to say it at different times. And so maybe sometimes you're thinking, Pastor Brian, you're just harping on sports and activities and all this so often. You're making me feel like these are bad things. And that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do what Zach said in the book, is that we've got to say no to some good things because they're taking us away from the best thing, and that is spending time with Jesus. And I hope and pray that you really took that to heart this week, and to really examine your schedule and say, I can do a whole lot of good things, but is it taking me away from the best thing? Is it taking me away from spending time in God's house week in and week out with other believers? Is it taking me away from spending time with the Lord each and every day? Or am I too tired and I'm too exhausted because I'm doing all these things and I'm running my kids here and there? And are we taking our kids away from spending time doing the best thing? And that's being with Jesus, that we're kind of teaching them, go, 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 do this, do that, instead of just stopping and being with Jesus. So I pray that you would really take that to heart this week, of what are some good things you may need to say no to so you can say yes to the best thing, and that is being with Jesus. This Sunday, we're going to preview and start our next target, which is forgiving. And I really hope and pray that either in person or online you're able to join us for Sunday's service, because forgiveness is a powerful thing that we really need to take to heart. Forgiving ourselves, forgiving others, and we all find that in the forgiveness that has been given to us through the life, death, and resurrection of Jesus. So again, pray that you've had a great week of being with Jesus in his word, in prayer, in worship, just spending time away from distractions, fasting, celebrating, and get ready for an awesome, awesome Sunday as we begin next week's target, which is forgiving. Have a great day, and we'll look forward to seeing you on Sunday.